what you went on to start off as a first job. You were in SATS. I kind of read that. And you described yourself as actually also an evangelist of sorts, dealing with computers at the time, trying to promote the use of it in SATS.
Yeah. Okay, when I was actually trained in social work. I'm a social work. I have a degree in social work, but after in social work, what we had to do is to go through practicums, you know. So after doing those practicums, I came out. I felt that I could not continue in social work as a full-time person because
you did it as in a degree in University of Singapore.
University of Singapore, yes, that's right. I did it as a degree. So I felt I couldn't continue because I felt then that the system was not right.
Right.
You know, for the kind of social work I wanted to practice, and it would have defeated me. You know, it's tough to fight against the system. Yeah, especially when you're doing it as a work, as full-time work.
How was it like the conditions for social work?
You see, one of the basic things for social work is that one of the things that differentiate social workers from volunteer workers and so on is really the act of advocacy. And because that has been taken away, or that has been something that the authorities are a bit wary about, there's no differentiation anymore. Because a guy who goes out and carries a tin can and asks for donations and so on is seen as a social worker. That's why social workers find it so difficult to raise their image. People think they're just do-gooders who go around collecting funds and so on. But social work actually is more than that, you know. You are actually the voice for the social workers. The voice for the powerless, right? And again, this relates back to words again, being able to speak up. So
on someone's behalf.
Yeah, on someone's behalf. Yeah, that's right. So and so because of that, I felt that I could do more good as a volunteer social worker, doing the things I wanted to do, instead of being in the system.
Right. You feel that the system then was not robust enough? It wasn't strong enough?
I felt it was too much aligned towards, it was too authoritarian, right?
Okay.
You were concerned about the system, you know? It's bureaucratic, it's very bureaucratic, yeah, that's right.
There are too many red tape involved.
It's also the mindset, you know, that no, don't speak up for the powerless.
Right.
You can go in and you can give them some money, you know, keep them happy, but don't speak up for them because we know what's best for them.
Right.
It's that kind of thing which I cannot accept. Yeah.
And you say you moved out there.
So I moved out there and I joined SATS as an administrative officer, and of course I took advantage of that to then try and practice social work on my own, to set up my own so-called NGO.
SATS, by the way, the Singapore
Airport Terminal Services.
Yeah, Terminal Services.
Yeah, that's right. It was a part of the SIA group. It was a plum job then, considered as a plum job then. So I was there for almost 10 years, I think. And of course, actually,
20s and 30s.
I was then 20. I joined them when I was 25. Yeah. So so it was just actually they rotated me, so I was working a lot with people actually. I was in passenger services. These are the people when you travel, you know, the guys sit behind the computer and check you in and so on. Yeah. So I was a superintendent in charge of that. Apron, when you load the stuff into the plane, yeah, in charge of that. Catering, the food that you eat. Cargo, when you send your, that kind of stuff. So I was working with a lot of people, and at the same time I tried to practice my social work, advocacy for people, you know, until I think the management got a bit upset with me. So they said,
was there a union?
Oh yeah, there were unions, and I was a union official. Actually, I was a union official. But there's another story later. Yeah, I was a union official.